All right, we're going to be looking at Ryvin, who's playing support. I think this is PC, and it is a silver 5 on Junkertown. They're going to be playing Brigitte, Moira, Baptiste, and a tiny bit of Lucio for the last life. And it's actually going to end up being a win, which is unusual. Felt lost and out of sync with the team the majority of this match, dueling with the other healer, Painkiller, in this game. I often felt like we couldn't support the team working together in this match, but we play together all the time. Looking for advice and guidance on overall play improvement, and how to synergize as a duo and play better to support teams confidently with different team comps and situations. Okay, well, there's a lot there. I'm not going to talk about all of that. I'm going to focus specifically on this game. The fact that you're playing 3 different heroes at Silver 5 in a single game is pretty unusual. I don't necessarily know that that's a great idea if your focus is on climbing, because it's really hard to build good habits if you're playing 3 different heroes, and in fact 4 different heroes in a single game. So I might encourage you to try to settle down on 1 to 2 heroes to play regularly, and not try to force a third or fourth in. In particular, you look significantly worse on Baptiste, and I think that you nearly threw this game playing as Baptiste compared to your other supports. I think the level of skill is noticeably worse, even from Silver 5 on downwards. Anyway, let's start out. One thing to know about Brig is that Brig is basically useless against poke comps. She's really bad against any long-range heroes, any flying heroes, just Brig is useless. But she's super good against divers, and she's decent against brawlers. So if you look at the enemy lineup, Ashe can't do anything about her. Hanzo can't do anything about her. Mercy can't do anything about her. Anna can't do anything about her. The only hero that you can affect realistically is Ryvin, because you can constantly whipshot him back whenever he wants to do something, and occasionally you can cancel his charges, but that's not always a good idea. So your perspective here should be, I'm going to keep the Ryvin basically out of the match, right, and prevent him from doing anything valuable, and that's going to be the primary way that I gain value as Brig. I don't think Brig is a great choice here. It's certainly playable, right, especially in Silver 5. It's certainly playable. I'm not going to make it sound like it's not playable, but I don't think that Brig is giving you massive value here compared to Kiriko or Baptiste or Ana, right? They all, or even Lucio, I think would give you better value than Brig would here. Anyway, that's fine. Ryvin charges in. You should be looking to proc Inspire whenever possible if you don't need Whip Shot. Whip is on only a 4-second cooldown, which is very short, so just be tossing out Whips whenever possible. Right now, great opportunity to toss out Whip, and then you get Inspire for 5 seconds, I think, after that. So always be trying to proc Inspire all the time. If you don't know, Inspire is your passive that heals everyone around you for 15 health a second for 3 seconds, something like that. Always be trying to proc Inspire. Always be trying to proc Inspire whenever possible. Don't overextend to do it, but in general, always be thinking about it. So, for example, you could have thrown the whip shot there. You throw a pack, I think, to your Mei here instead of the Ryvin. Oh, no, you get it. Sorry, your reset. You do get to the reset. That's fine. I think 1 pack is fine. After that, I would note that also you should, especially since you do the other support, you need to figure out which one you use the main healer and which one you use the off healer. The main healer should be primarily focused on healing your tank. The off healer should be primarily focused on keeping your DPS alive. In this lineup, Moira is the main healer. She should be down here playing with the Orisa, keeping the Orisa alive. You should be over here disrupting the Ryvin and healing your DPS. That way she can focus on healing the Ryvin. So, for example, you haven't healed your Cassidy yet. You notice he's missing 75 health. He's potentially one-shottable. You still haven't healed your Cassidy. You're forcing the Moira to heal the Cassidy, right? Your Mei gets low here. Eats that shot. See how you're pretty slow to react to this, right? And now you see you're short on packs. So now you don't need packs. So Orisa is super low and critical. You really should pack her right now, but you don't have pack because you've been wasting them. And then she's going to die before you're able to do anything about it. So, note here, first of all, your Moira should definitely have been able to heal up your Orisa here. I know this review is for you, but just noting from your Moira's perspective, there's no reason to throw this damage orb when your Orisa has a third of her health in purple, okay? She's very nearly dead. You should be waiting for purple to expire, then throw healing orb, and then start healing her. Right? That saves her life 100% right now. There's no reason for her to die here. Her death is completely avoidable and causes you to lose the fight. So that is a huge mistake on your Moira's part, but it's also your mistake to not have a pack here for the Orisa. I don't know about blocking this Ryvin charge. I think if you block this Ryvin charge, at higher ranks, 90% of the time, you are dead right here. It's not worth blocking the charge to trade your life for it. Think about it. If the Ryvin charges you and then kills you, and then Ryvin dies after that, is that good for the Ryvin or is it good for you? It's probably good for the Ryvin when his spawn is right here, and your spawn is all the way over here. Right? It's way better for the Ryvin to trade here than it is for you to trade. You do not want to trade at all. With your tank dead, there's basically no way to win this fight. Yeah, you whip shot to keep back. You try to control space here. Again, unlikely this is going to work. So He already charges your Cassidy. You charge in to try to interrupt it, but that still kills the Cassidy because it counts as a pinning against the wall, and then you're going to die here. After your Orisa dies, the fight's over. Like, anything you do from this point in time is irrelevant. This fight is already gone. And this is why it's so important to keep your tank alive. If your tank dies, in like, especially in this like brawly situation, the fight is over. Literally nothing. If you killed, let's say you hypothetically killed 3 people here, still not going to matter because your rest of your team will be dead. Like, I just want to emphasize just how important it is to keep your tank alive. So you're going to come out. You're going to be late. So the problem is, this is very common in low ranks, your team is staggering. So because people spawned at different times as other teammates, the first one to walk out, the first one to die, or the first one to walk out, they walk out without support help. Cassidy ends up dying here, and then your Ramatra's going to end up getting taken down 10 damage to you. You also should have gone this door instead of going this side. This side's a longer route than taking this door. And little things like that make sure that you are out of position to make a play. If you went this way, you'd be with your Moira, you could see your Cassidy, you could have healed them with a pack. But because you took the wrong route, you're not able to get there, you show up late, your Cassidy is dead, and not only that, you're going to walk into a shatter that you don't realize is coming, and then you die, and then fight's over. So you've lost 2 fights here, both of which fights were easily avoidable as losses, just by having basic things like being in the right position and throwing a health pack out to someone who needs it. We're going to come out right now. This is fine, you're dropping, yeah, play with the team. I would pack, again, these are important times to be packing. I'd pack earlier. Okay, so your Moira's made a huge mistake right now. There's no reason to ever be this close to a Ryvin. This is clearly suicide. She dies in 2 hits right now. Moira should never be any closer than like this distance to a Ryvin. There is literally no reason to be walking towards the Ryvin doing this. This is straight throwing. It's shocking to me that this is silver 5. This is making me rethink about whether or not this is actually console, because I cannot imagine even a silver level Moira just walking into a Ryvin like this and dying. Like, this tells me that the Moira has no idea how much damage Ryvin does and has no sense of self-preservation. Anyway, once your Moira dies, again, no real way to win the fight. Once a team loses 1 person, your chance of winning the fight go from 50-50 to like 75-25, and once you lose 2 people, your chance of winning is like 5%. So you really have to avoid picks. So this is an important moment to be whip-shotting to keep the Ryvin back. You do. I don't know why it doesn't knock him back for some reason, but either way, you definitely shouldn't have shield bashed into him. So you should watch Holy Shift Kid. If you want to play with Brig, you should watch Holy Shift Kid. He has an excellent Brig guide, and you can also see a bunch of his high-level, like top 500 gameplay for Brig. Don't use shield bash to engage, almost always. You should use shield bash as an escape to get away. It only does 50 damage anyway, it doesn't stun, so don't even bother using it to engage. So shield bash here, for example, would have kept you alive by going backwards. Not that staying alive here is good, because the fight's already over, because your partner threw the game by through the fight by walking to the Ryvin and dying. So that's now 3 fights that could have been prevented by you or your partner. I'd say, again, once your partner died, like, you couldn't have kept them alive with pack alone. But your team's going to make a big mistake right now, which is where you challenge. But you challenge after the point's capped. This fight no longer matters. Even if you win the fight, their spawn is right here. So who cares? It's like not a big deal, right? They're going to be back in 10 seconds. Winning this fight means very, very little. Versus if you win a fight over here, let's say, not that you should let it get this far, but if you win a fight over here, it's like a 30-second walk for them to get back here. So this fight doesn't really matter. So we're going to just skip through it. Yeah, great. Like, you win this fight. Okay, cool. It literally doesn't matter. And they're going to come back out again. So once again, pointing out, this fight does not matter. You're way too close to their spawn. They can throw themselves at you over and over and over again. They could have 3 fights here in the time that they could get 1 fight all the way out here. So you don't want to burn any resources trying to contest this too hard. So you should not have papped the rally here. This was not a good idea. You're wasting the rally. You're also going toe-to-toe with Ryvin. Even with rally, he's able to fight, like, easily damage you through it if he wants to. Your team all gets melted, and then you're going to lose. I really do not think you should have papped rally here. You're going to come out again. So you should be advancing forward, right? Your tank's there. Tank pushes up, you push up. Tank goes back, you go back. All right? Do the little dance. So stay in LOS of everybody. Yep, you want to be a little further up ahead. Because remember, your goal here, especially in Ryvin versus Sigma, the Ryvin wants to close the distance with Sigma so he can swing. If he stays at long range, the Sigma will just poke down his shield. You want to get close enough that you can whip shot the Ryvin whenever he drops his shield. Every single time. Like right now is the time where you should be right here whip shotting the Ryvin backwards so he can't swing at the Sigma. That's his win condition, is being able to swing at the Ryvin, at the Sigma. So because you're too far away, he's able to throw his shield up, which is going to block the whip shot. Again, if you're a lot closer, it's easier to react because your whip shot doesn't take as long to travel to him. Shouldn't have eaten that fire strike. You're quite far away from this Ryvin. You had plenty of time to react to this fire strike. You actually walk into it. It wasn't even on target initially. Again, very important here to emphasize like who's the main healer, who's off healer. Your job here is not to heal the Sigma and not to heal the Cassidy. It's to heal the Junkrat because the Moira can see both of these two in front of her, but she cannot see the Junkrat. So your job is to heal the Cassidy here, or sorry, the Junkrat followed by the Cassidy, and let your Moira deal with the Sigma. Instead, you're healing the Sigma, which is a mistake, right? You don't heal the Cassidy, which is a mistake, and then you finally heal the Junkrat, but doesn't matter. You bash through this, which is fine. I think that actually, under the circumstances, is probably the best option you had. But now at this point, I would turn around, right? I whip shot the Hanzo away and just turn around and go deal with the Ryvin. Yeah, it's fine. Good kite backwards. You should be looking for the Ryvin. You can hear him right now. You should be able to like see him. Slash, you're very lucky that he walks into that trap. I would then dash forward and try to get that kill. Because remember that your flail goes through shields. Yeah, whip shot, great. Okay, you got the kill. Alright, we're resetting right here. Slept. This dynamite here. Nope. Yeah, I do not want to eat that dynamite. Dynamite does 100 damage, so do not mess around with that. So you're going to see right here a one-on-one with the Hanzo and the Cassidy who's not paying attention. I would immediately have shield bashed over here, popped the health on the Cassidy, and then whip shot the Hanzo, and then started the 2v1 right there. Most likely the Ryvin charges in here to fight it, but it is what it is, right? Your Cassidy is going to die right now because he's flanked by the Hanzo, so it's an easy kill for the Hanzo right now. See? Like, he has zero awareness here. Like, you need to get in there with him right away to help prevent that death from happening. We also pointed out earlier that your biggest value as Brig in this lineup is preventing the Ryvin from getting any value by walking into your Sigma and swinging. If the Ryvin gets to your Sigma, fight's over. Like, I would say 80% of the time, if the Ryvin is full health, by the time he gets up to your Sigma, you're probably going to lose that fight. So you want to prevent the Ryvin from stepping forward. You also would want to control the Hanzo, like, as space, to go up, swing his face, whip shot, etc. So you should be not here, but up here, and then whip shotting the Ryvin back, and then going and fighting the Hanzo. Because you are not there, you're going to see that they just walk into your Sigma, swing, 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 and he's dead. This was all preventable by you. All of that, what just happened, was preventable by you, which would have saved the fight. Now, nobody's paying attention to you, but it doesn't matter because you've lost your whole team. This is now a 3-on-1, so like nothing you do matters at this point. Like, there's literally no way for you to win the fight. So you die, but it takes you too long to die, which means that you're going to be staggered. Coming out. Trying to save the Sigma. I'd be careful about double packing. Oh no, you should have whip shot her first. So, unless you can kill her, displacing her is better to prevent the res. Whip shotting her immediately knocks her out of range of the res. I think you do manage to get... Oh, you pop rally and stun her. I guess that works too. Yeah, that's fine. But I don't think that rally was necessary. I think just whip-shotting her would have been fine. But we'll take it. Like, with their tank dead, as long as you stop the res, there's no way that they can take this point. Like, a 4v4 here where you have a tank and they don't means it's almost assuredly going to result in them losing. Tanks are super, super important. You die here. I could talk about the mechanics of how to not die there, but I don't think it's actually really that important. Alright, so, because you're dead, you're not able to be out here, and because you're not out here, you're not able to save your Junkrat, who suicides on cart. So this is a good example of why dead people make no plays. If you're dead, there's something you can do, and then you get walked over and killed here. So, lots and lots of unnecessary deaths, right? Lots of, like, positional errors, like, awareness errors, lots of issues going on over here. Alright, you're gonna come out as Moira. You're gonna see... the Hanzo, okay, damage orbs on him. I would be very careful playing at point blank because he can easily headshot you, but he dies. Great. So the low health Mercy, you just literally walk right by her without seeing her. Like, she's in the center of your screen right now. Right now. Yep, you just let her go. That's cool. I guess you didn't want that kill. You should have thrown this to bounce inside of the room, right? Throwing against this door frame would have bounced in and would have done a ton of damage. Damage orb does up to 200 damage, so that will kill her in 4 seconds from full. She's at half health, so it'll kill her in 2 seconds without you doing anything, so even if you got slept, it's not a big deal. You're fighting her, you're a little nervous about getting shot, which is understandable, but at this point, it should be an easy kill. I would 100% chase her here. There's no way she dropped down to the left. You can also hear her, like, through your... I really hope you're wearing a headset. If you're not wearing a headset, wear a headset. So you have directional audio, so you can hear the footsteps on the right. You could have fade jumped over here, dropped the... or actually, yeah, I mean, you hear it down below. But I would have assumed that she was over here. So I would have fade jumped over here, recognized she's still in the room, drop down, and then throw damage orb and kill her. You're going to get the kill. Great. You're going to get the Orisa kill. That's lucky. Coming forwards. Yeah, healing orb, that's fine. So where does your Junker Queen die? Junker Queen dies out here. Okay, so this is not a thing that should have happened. You only need 1% of the cart right now. The cart's already capping. You are now the main healer, and your friend is going to be the off healer. Okay, Moira is primarily a main healer, unless you play like a DPS only Moira style. So your job is to stay with the Junker Queen and keep the Junker Queen alive. Your Kiriko's job is to heal everyone else on the team. So your perspective is you should be playing right here with the Junker Queen, keeping her alive. You instead go back to the cart, which is unnecessary. Okay, the doors are already opening, so they're not going to open any faster just because there's 3 people here. Like this cart is stalled right now. It's like intentionally designed to be a time gate. So you should be right here saving your Junker Queen. Instead, you aren't here, which means she's super low. And even though she ulted 2 people, like you could have easily killed Liana right now and kept her alive, you end up losing this fight and wasting an ultimate because of it, right? These are the kind of mistakes that people make in low ranks. Like basic things like where should I be, what should I be doing? These are the things that you are doing wrong. Very, very important. So right now, without a tank, you notice like there's no way for you to push in, right? The Orisa easily walks over your team. The Torb ends up killing one in the back. You go for the Mercy, stop Mercy. Yeah, I think this is okay. I think trading here is not bad. Yeah, you see, or actually you can't see how low the Orisa is. But you throw a healing orb here. I don't even know that you need the healing orb yet, though, because everyone is missing you. So I think you could have taken a risk here to throw a damage orb, but I think healing orb is also okay. Most at higher ranks, you would definitely get hit there multiple times. So again, you should drop and heal the Junker Queen. For the record, your spray is not close at all. You see how your spray ends right here. You see where the Junker Queen is? You're a good 10 to 15 meters away from the Junker Queen right now. Like, this is not even close to the Junker Queen. It's like barely past halfway to the Junker Queen. You have to get much, much closer to the Junker Queen than you realize. Heal the Kiriko, who's on fire and low, right? You see that she gets hit with dynamite right now. She's at half health, and Suzu's already been used. See, she's at 50. She's at 75. She's 100, right? 125 damage-ish. You're still not healing her. So if you don't heal her, she can't do anything because she's scared, which is unfortunate. Orisa pushes in. Nano Orisa does not mean push in. Nano Orisa means fall back. So you see how your reaction to Nano Orisa is not to fall back, but to walk forwards. See, she's Nano Orisa, so walking back is good. But instead you walk forwards. Orisa's like, okay, cool, she'll just kill you now. Forces fade out really early, which is bad. You should also have healed your Kiriko right now. That's the number 1 most important thing. Keep Kiriko alive. The Orisa's going to die no matter what here. She's really, really low health. She's super overextended. There are no support. She's 100% going to die. Just keep your Kiriko alive. So that's fine. You go back in. So you pop coalescence here. Quick lessons on popping ultimates. When do you pop ultimates? You pop ultimates to turn lost fights into won fights, right? Or maybe an even fight into a won fight. You do not pop ultimates in lost fights that will still end up being losses, and you don't pop ultimates in won fights that will still end up being wins. I think this like intuitively makes sense, but it's very important to emphasize. You pop ultimates to turn even or lost fights into wins. So let's analyze right now. Do we think we're going to win this fight, or do we think we're going to lose this fight? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people alive. They have 2 people alive, 1 support and 1 DPS. What are the odds that you are going to lose this fight? 0. I think that even if you made both of these players a GM level, like you just gave them GM level skill right now, there is no way mathematically that they could win this fight at this point. Like there's almost no chance. There's no reason you should be wasting an ultimate right now. Right? Even to kill her and Valk, it doesn't matter. You did not need that at all. You could have just easily won this without the ultimate. And using ultimates at the right time is a very important skill check that will eventually prevent you from climbing any further. I think probably high gold is the high, I would still think probably really far away. High gold's about as far as you can get before you'll really need to start learning how to use your ultimates, or like when to use your ultimates. As pointed out earlier, you are the main support. You should be following the tank around and keeping them alive. That is not your Kiriko's job. You're just much better. You do a lot more healing than she does. You notice how you're not doing anything of interest back here. You're just healing a Torb right now who's full health. And you're not healing the Junker Queen who's taking up all the damage as the focus of attention. Because she's not getting healed, she just dies right now. Right? She's getting attacked, etc. Just sits here, just dies. Like, you're not doing anything of value right now. You're just sitting in the side hall, just healing a full health Torb. Like, you throw a heal orb here that goes nowhere. Like, look at the seal orb. This is not healing anybody. So all that's bad. And again, the reason why you're not pushing faster is because you have no tank. If your tank was alive, you could push. But with no tank, you're not going to push at all. I would not throw... So when in doubt, throw heal orbs over damage orbs. Healing orbs are 50% more efficient than damage orbs. They give more healing than damage. So if you're in a tense team fight, throw healing orbs to keep your team alive versus damage orbs to work down the enemy team. As a general rule. And one-on-ones, I would say it differs, and damage orbs is usually the better choice. But in team fights, I would say generally throw healing orbs over damage orbs. You're way over healing. This is way too much juice on the Torb, right? He's basically matched right now. If you just stop healing, the healing over time will heal him. If you don't know that Moira has healing over time, I suggest you read the wiki for Moira. This is another good reason why I think you should not play too many heroes at once, because there's a lot of mechanics to learn. Stop jumping. One day I'm just gonna make a mini video about jumping because of how often it comes up that people just spam jump. But spamming jump is bad. It actually makes you easier to hit, not harder. So you notice if you have no healing juice right now because you've been spamming heal all the time on people who didn't need it, and now you are in trouble because you are not able to heal your Symmetra enough. You're challenging. This is, by the way, a bad challenge. I think that almost always the Hanzo wins this with the Kiriko there, but we are going to take it. So a lot of ultis get popped all at once. You decide to commit and kill the Mercy, which is okay. I mean, everyone's basically full health right now, so I think this is fine. But the problem is you shouldn't have let her get the Mega. You should have been attacking all the way down, and then I stop probably on the Mega and try to body block her from getting any further. Unfortunately, she grabs it, so that resets it. So back to, hey, should we be popping ultimate right now? Well, what's the current situation? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teammates alive. How many enemies are alive? 3, and 2 of them are nearly dead. So this is effectively a 5-on-1. Obviously, you do not need coalescence to win this fight. In order to keep track of these things, you should be looking at the kill feed. Very, very important to look at the kill feed to track how many people are alive. You can also, in the settings, turn on sounds to hear when teammates and allies die, so that you are better prepared for this. Anyway, so you're gonna walk forward. You're gonna get killed by the Widow. This is unusual. I honestly don't blame you that much for this. Seeing Widow out of spawn is unusual there, and like it just got switched, so it's fine. Like mistakes are gonna happen, and like I think of your mistakes on like a 1 to 100 scale, where like 100 is completely preventable and 1 is unpreventable, I would say most of your mistakes are somewhere between 75 to 100, like very, very preventable. That was like a 25, right? Like you could have prevented it with slightly better movement or to like let your tank check it first or whatever, but I'm not really worried about it. Especially at Silver 5, I'm not worried about that at all. So you're walking up here. You should be really healing the Torb right now, trying to keep the Torb alive, very, very important, right? Every second you keep the Torb alive is the more damage he's doing, but he does a way more damage than you. He does literally 4 times as much damage as you do, so it's more important to keep the Torb alive than it is for you to do your own damage. You doing your own damage is not going to accomplish anything, as you can tell, right? Like, no one is dying right now because of your damage. See? Like, you staying alive right now is actually throwing, because you're just super staggering yourself and totally out of sync with your team. This is why it's important to keep teammates alive, right? If you want to do damage and kill people, just play DPS. Like, playing as supports and focusing on damage, and like I know like awkward says it, but like you don't do as much damage as you do if you just play the damaged hero. So if you want to focus exclusively on damage, just play DPS. Again, you should be keeping the Zarya alive. That's your goal. Keep the Kiriko alive now because she just jumped in. Very lucky to dodge that shatter. I don't even know if that was intentional or not. That seems like kind of accidental, but we'll take it. So you're low on juice right now, partially because of bad healing mechanics. You see how much you miss of the healing by spraying it behind her. Right, damage the Mercy. I think that's fine. Yep, it's good. Fade, you jumped over it. Great. Oh, you're so lucky that nobody looks at this. But at this point, I think it's tough to win this, but maybe they keep trickling out. Yeah, don't land on top of his. No. With the Mei still alive, there's no way you win this. So you reset, but you have Coalescence for next fight. It's good that you held Coalescence. So now you have a great opportunity for Coalescence here. I think, yeah, popping Coalescence early here is fine. So you want to stand somewhere where you can beam both the Symmetra and the Ryvin. So I would be backing up this way and just beaming them both instead of just one at a time, which you're trying to do. Tire comes and kills you. Unfortunate. You hear the tire coming from top left. It's hard to look for it right now with the Ryvin in your face. This is understandable. I know, again, 1 to 100 scale, I would say this is like a 40. Like, preventable, you could have looked up and like, oh shit, there's a tire, and then faded to avoid it, but I don't think you're winning the fight anyway. Yeah, this is just regular. You shouldn't eat that Fire Strike. That's a bad damage orb. So your Zarya is still coming back, right? So your team is popping ultimates despite having a tank. You shouldn't have thrown that damage orb, obviously. No one is looking at the Ryvin or trying to heal him, which is hilarious. Okay, everyone gets grabbed. That's fine. So you're going to grab everybody, and then you're going to get kills here, and then you're going to cap. Okay, cool. So you're going to play as Baptiste, as I mentioned earlier. I think your Baptiste looks way worse. Like if your Moira is silver 5, I think your Baptiste is like bronze 5, bronze 4. So you're going to shoot at this Mercy, miss the shots. You're going to shoot the Pharah, get one good burst. Rest of the shots are okay, not great, but not okay. So a big note here is that you're not weaving at all, so you're exclusively damaging, not healing at all. So I have a separate mini guide on my channel about weaving on Baptiste. So important. You have to learn how to weave, right? Shoot, heal, or shoot, heal is weaving. You have to alternate between the two of them to get value as Baptiste. It's the way the hero's designed. If you're not healing as Baptiste, then you're basically not using half of your kit. So you're going to be in big trouble. Very, very important to do that. So that's number one. That tells me that you're not a Baptiste player. Number two is you throw this lamp too late, even though you have plenty of warning. So she's walled off. As soon as she's walled, you should be like, oh shoot, I gotta go help her. You don't try to help her or think about helping her at all. You're instead reloading despite having 12 ammo left to heal. And then she gets purpled. You still have plenty of time to throw a lamp, but then you throw the lamp too late. Right? And then now, you're just chilling out here. Nothing's gonna happen until your Drunker Queen comes back. You decide to push in anyway. Honestly, you could just die right now. You probably should die right now. Yep. And then you're dead. So I don't really know what you were thinking here, trying to push without your tank. You're walking, this is what's called frontlining, where you play ahead of your team. So you're playing at the very front. You're not designed for this. You don't have good defensive tools. You don't have good escape tools. The Ryvin just charges. He could have canceled that earlier and killed you faster. Just walks in and kills you. This is what I would consider unacceptable. This looks like, again, I don't know if this is PC or console, but like on PC, I would consider this bronze 5. It looks like you have no idea how to play the game of Overwatch, to be perfectly frank. Like, it seems like you're like, oh, that's cool. I can just stand out here and fight this Ryvin, like, face to face. And I'm not trying to be, like, insulting here. I'm just clarifying. Like, it looks like you don't know what is going on. Like, remember when your friend just walked in front of the Ryvin and died? Like, you just did the exact same thing here, where you just walk forward, despite the fact that there's a Ryvin here, and you're like, oh, I'm fine. And then he charges in, and then you're like, oh, that's cool. By the way, you could have used rocket boots to jump out of this if you needed to. And you're like, oh, I'm getting attacked, and then you're dead. And it's like a surprise that you're dead. You should play to stay alive, right? All you need to do as Baptiste is stay like here. I can see my tank. I can see the enemy. Great. Shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal. Do that over and over and over again. And that will get you to gold, platinum easily. No problem. As a general rule, I would use regen burst when my teammates are critical. Alright, none of this matters, right? Tank's already dead. Fight's over. Tracer's here. So aim is definitely going to be a problem for you too. Let's watch this. So you're 0 for 1, right, for bursts. 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 0 for 6, and then you just shoot some more. That will eventually be a huge problem for you if you're not able to shoot flankers at all with your gun, because generally speaking in Overwatch 2, supports need to defend themselves. It's not like Overwatch 1 where you have tanks to cover for you. An off-tank, rather. So you see how you're not doing what's the most important thing, which is actually shooting the Ryvin. Believe it or not, shooting the people up here is not going to matter. They're too far away, which both reduces your accuracy and causes damage fall off. So even if you hit them, so if you hit the Ryvin right here, you do 75 damage with a burst. If you hit the Ana right here, you're going to do 25, 30 damage with a burst, something like that. It's not going to be good. Like, you see how you're like barely touching her right now? It's because of damage fall off, right? Like, she's not taking a meaningful amount of damage from you. You throw out a lamp that nobody needs, including yourself. So let's just think about this lamp, okay? So Ice Wall goes up, you have 4 full health heroes, you're almost full health, and you just throw lamp for no reason. Lamp has a 23-second cooldown that now you do not have lamp to do anything with it. Again, this stuff like this is what tells me that you don't look like a Baptiste player, right? So if you want to focus on climbing, I would not play Baptiste, because it does not appear that you have the hours on him to justify playing Baptiste. Now, of course, if your priority is not climbing, but is to learn heroes, go ahead, play him. I'm not going to stop you from doing that. But I'm just telling you, the skill drop-off between your Baptiste and your other supports is very large. I would say 3 ranks minimum, based on what I can see. So Ryan's here. For some reason, you just stop shooting or healing, or you're putting window up, which is not necessary. This is not a good window at all. This fight's already basically won, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 2 extremely low health heroes and a dead tank. You don't need window here. So that's a common theme, that you don't use ultimates at the right times It doesn't feel like you're tracking the up or down, like whether or not you're ahead or behind in players at all. Right? If you're up, you usually do not need to pop ulti. If you're down, you usually do not want to pop ulti because you often won't be able to turn the fight around. Only if it's an even fight are ultis like typically valuable. Now, there's a lot more nuance to it than that, but I think at your level, that's the advice I would give you. So there's a Rhine here. The Zarya's going to go up and grab. So what you should do is just stay here, right? Shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, constantly, staying out of range of the Rhine. Instead, you see how you walk forwards unnecessarily. There's no reason for you to be doing this. Like, you're like, oh, let me shoot like this. This is not the way that people should shoot. The way you should shoot is this, right? AD strafe, shoot, 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 shoot. Don't close the distance unnecessarily, right? That's how you get killed. I'm going to cap here. All right, again, you should be shooting, healing, shoot, heal, shoot, heal. Baptiste is a crazy high APM hero, right? Constantly shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, over and over and over again. I have videos on my channel that you can watch for like Baptiste gameplay. You can look up Karq, for example, is really great Baptiste, like top 500. That's what you need to be doing. Constantly shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal. If you don't want to do that, do not play Baptiste because the hero is balanced around it. If you can't do it, literally don't play. Like, it's not optional. Like, you must do that to achieve the actual value of Baptiste. You throw lamp, again, this lamp is not helping anybody. All four of you are at full health, except for the Torb, who's missing 75, but he's also got overhealth, so he's not actually in danger of dying. You see how you're not healing at all? You're also frontlining. So you see how you walk in front of your Zarya out there? Right? See? Your Zarya backs up, you walk forwards, you're still walking forwards, then you're like, oh, let me start. Nope, nope, you're walking forwards again, walking forwards, walking forwards. This Ryan's at full health. He could just swing and kill you in 2 hits. Right? One swing, fire strike, cancel, you're dead in less than the second. No reason for you to be doing any of this. So we could talk about jumping over shatters, but at your level, I'm not going to worry about it. Like, it's fine. You ate the shatter. It's not a big deal. Alright, the fight's over. We got to reset. Now it's overtime. You're going to come back as Lucio to try to rejoin your team. I think that it seemed pretty obvious that your team was going to win that fight anyway. I don't think you need to come back as Lucio, but if you want to come back as Lucio, that's okay. You see Reaper right here. You try to boop him. Oh, you do good boop. Tyre's got, yeah, and then there's nothing you can do about this. Yeah, Tyre kills 3. There's literally nothing you can do about this. Alright, so defense. Right? Heal. See how you're not trying to weave at all. So for example, right here, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. Even my Zarya's not injured, I still do the pattern. The reason being is I'm going to run out of ammo anyway, right, for my main gun, so I'm going to reload regardless, which is going to reload both. So I might as well do shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. Shoot, shoot, heal is a better pattern than shoot, heal almost always, unless you need the extra healing. It's only like, I don't know, 25, 30% healing loss, but it gives you a lot more damage. So just constantly shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, right? All we see right now is shooting. Everyone gets super low here. So you see / hear the Bastion, right? You saw him over the top, so you had forewarning here. You could have gotten ready to shoot him right away instead of shooting the shield. You don't. You could have gotten ready to heal people right away. You don't. You could have gotten ready to lamp people right away. You don't. So you had 3 possible options that would give you more value than shooting a shield. You do none of the things correctly. And see how you're out of ammo right now at a critical moment where everyone is super low. And then now you reload, but the problem is you've lost your tank. Losing your tank usually means that you lose the fight, which is pretty much what's happening. Right? You throw this lamp is way too late. Right? Like, this guy's like well dead before you throw the lamp. It's not like he died while the lamp was in the air. He was dead before you even threw the lamp. You could be healing the Symmetra right now. She plays in the lamp. That's actually pretty lucky. Good regen burst, but the problem is you're stuck in the open, walking forwards towards a Rhine, and then you just die. I would like to emphasize one more time that you do not look like someone who cares about the damage the enemy does. You are just running in a straight line at the enemy, getting gunned down. This is not what higher tier play looks like for supports. There's no reason to be doing that. Just play back. You're just suiciding to your death. All right, 50 seconds left. You're going to come back. You could have saved this Torp right here. Just heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, right? Throw lamp once he gets low enough. The problem is you don't do any healing. He gets attacked and killed, so now that's another pick by you, or pick given up by you. I do not regen burst here, because most likely your passive will heal you before you need it. There's no one else here right now anyway, so I would save the regen burst. Just chilling right now. Yeah, that's fine. So they cap. Alright, you come out. You could be healing the Sigma right now, again. Shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal, over and over and over again. That has to be the pattern, right? Shoot, shoot, heal. So your accuracy's off. You have the opportunity to kill the Symmetra here. Great, excellent. At least you traded. You kill the Baptiste here. Force Lamp. Okay, that's fine. Nothing you can do now. You could be healing your Torb. Again, shoot, shoot, heal. Right? You have the opportunity to heal the Torb. You're gonna lose Somber here. You drop, but you drop close to the Ryvin unnecessarily. You see how you actually walk towards him? I think that this is an unconscious thing. I don't think you can shoot at a target without walking towards them, is the way it looks to me. Like, you literally can't stop yourself from drifting towards the enemy. You pop Lamp here, even though you're not actually that low yet, right? You're still at 140, 113 health. Like, you are not going to die instantly, so you should have waited for the Lamp. You get charged out of it, you die anyway. And now your whole team is just non-stop staggered, right? You died right when your tank came back. If you'd retreated right after your tank died and went all the way back, you could rejoin and have a real contest here. You're going to throw out... thankfully, two members of the team are already dead by the time you come out. You really need to kill those turrets. You killed one of them by accident. You still need to kill that turret. You should pop Regen Burst right now. Oh boy. You put up a window here, but the window is not helpful to you at all. So, like, look at this. Like, first of all, just shoot the Symmetra. A. B, you see how she's in front of the wall, so this is not helping you. Like, this Symmetra nearly kills you. You're extremely lucky to kill her in time. And that is the end of the match. Okay, so, to recap, what did you open as? You opened as Brig. As Brig, focus on who do you need to peel / reposition, right? Knock back on the enemy team. Figure out who that is every single game and focus on making their life a living hell. And that is the way that you gain value. Number 2 is on Moira. I think understanding off healer versus main healer is really, really important. Who keeps the tank alive, who keeps with the DPS, and staying in position to keep your tank alive would have gotten you a long, long way. And number 3 on Baptiste, I think your Baptiste just doesn't look like you have enough hours in it, right? You don't weave at all. I don't think your Lamp ever saves anybody other than that Symmetra for a few seconds on first point defense, which was useless. So I think your Lamp is effectively useless this game. So it doesn't look like you feel comfortable with Lamp at all, with the timing, etc. of it. But like, most of all, not weaving is really important. And across all of your heroes, your positioning is a big problem, and your ultimate usage, specifically the timing of it, is a big problem. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.